you bring it up. The fact of, them taking down like M80 is definitely something where, I would agree. M80 is a really, really strong team on a map like this. So that's where we were saying like this map alone for this best of one is just so critical. And then just again, just repeating it in case people are just joining, is the fact of the placements, right? I mean, the rankings are so close, and that's where we said Legacy really have to, bare minimum get at least one best of one in their favor. I mean, really for these guys, like they're banking on getting the double just so that they can kind of maintain that top 10 position for playoffs, right? But there's a lot riding for both these teams. So it's just, the knife round's just going to be commenced, and we should be getting underway shortly, but it's really going to come about who's going to, flood out the gate quickly, in my opinion, right now, Paladin. I think that's going to be setting the tone, especially with CT sides. I feel like we've seen a lot of teams that have been able to change their composition a lot, change up their game plan, and a lot more closer scorelines, I would say, in some regards, which has been really cool to see on a map like this.
Yeah, I definitely think on the T side, on a map like Anubis, it kind of plays itself. I don't think it's the most complicated map to call on that offense, especially if your extremity players are putting in work. It's more that defense and how you maneuver around the rotations there and make sure that this A bomb site is never kind of underutilized or undermanned and always has a couple of rotations instantly there, and then also helping out in middle. It's a very fine tightrope to walk, and I'll be very curious to see how Legacy handle that, now having to start on the defense here in this opening map of the series. Welcome to Anubis, folks. Legacy Marsborne, a battle in the middle of the pack here in terms of ECL standings, and flying out amid is Grizz, the tip of the spear here onto this A bomb site, and already met with a little bit of resistance. It's Dumao.
Oh man, and the fact that Dumao's been able to just find this double, but a nice little bit of a compilation here from Marsborne to bring it back to the 3-3. But man, Chop takes a really good timing on this. So now, leaving Lux and Lotto, the last two guys remaining, and again, they got the armor. They don't have a kit or anything. They do have a smoke if they could try to go for something, but time is definitely going to be the essence on this, just because with no kit, means they're going to have to be able to find these duels quickly. They're doing some good tagging, but now Lotto, a big task in hand here. He has to be able to find him, and instead he's going to get a full face of Letty with a Glock, and Marsborne, they're going to start things off pretty swiftly with a nice pistol.
Deceptively simple strategy there from Marsborne, where they charge 4 out into middle. You've got a late lurk and Rugs, and that late lurk actually wins them the round. There was basically, I think, a double or triple setup there in A main. You've got Chop as that late kind of pincer in. Once they've actually taken contact from the middle of the map, you've got bodies turned. Nissim is about to pounce with that trigger discipline to stop the bomb plan, really cause a ruckus. Chop is there to eliminate him, and if that doesn't happen, you've got a 3v3, 2v2 kind of situation where the CTs are definitely favorable with A main control. So credit to the impact from Chop, a player that I want to see a lot out of. I think he's definitely one of the more underutilized, undershining players on this team. And if he can have a little bit more of an impact, as I mentioned, one of those extremity players, you've got a whole lot more potency on this team.
Oh man, look at how fast they're just trying to, again, pounce onto the same main control. But, I mean, thankfully, for Marsborne, they got a really good read on it. It's just a little bit of a bait and switch, and now they already have a bit of a sandwich already commenced as well. Wolfie should be able to find the easy kill, and now they're actually just going to go for the hunt. I think this is not a bad idea. It's a little risky in some regard because I want to make sure they can keep these guns, but even Wolfie getting a little bit overextended, that will cost him a Mac 10, so nothing too much to sweat about. But look at the HP. Everybody, all three players here are just absolutely lit. Like, a 20, 15, 6. This is not the greatest position in the world, and this is where we should be seeing Marsborne be able to just kind of clean things up. They might just lose Chop considering his HP is considerably low, but I don't know. He's still picking up some sick duels, and now Sodzin trying to see if he might be able to find a little bit, but Chop once again will pick up a 3-piece, and yeah, he's already picking up some slack here, Paladin. Not bad at all.
Yeah, plays it safe there. Doesn't actually try to vie in for a duel early. I think it's a key thing where you've got to learn, when to go all in and when to kind of fold and back away as one of those A main players. It's a very hard role to balance that kind of seesaw of aggression and passive play, but Chop does well there. Of course, it's going to be up to an octave here now that the guns are actually out. But instant canals control being taken upon Marsborne. 3 players bounding into the water. And Wolfie instantaneously finding an entry onto Luck. That's a big piece. That's E-Box control taken at a minute 30. A lot of pressure put onto that B-bomb site. And instant rotations coming in from the CTs. Wolfie's got a lot that he can do with this opening pick.
Yeah, that's honestly really big, and I'm glad you bring that up because, again, Wolfie's definitely somebody we've given a lot of criticism about at times, right, with different iterations of rosters he's been on, but that's where we want to see where he can be able to capitalize with the op and what he's going to be able to find. So taking out Lux right away is definitely a nice little bit of a bonus, but luckily right now for Legacy, they're going to be able to find themselves a little bit of a bounce back. Looks like Nissim, I don't know, gets caught a little bit open here. Oh man, Modem, he's hungry, but I was thinking maybe he's going to go for the swing. Instead, he's just going to play cool. He's going to hang out, waiting things out, and even Grizz, he might try to be a little bit of diversion right now. And Marsborne making some noise in A main, but they got plenty of time to work with right now. So again, they don't have to overextend this. An easy duel, but no, Lotto actually does get the best of him here, sparing with 9 HP. So Marsborne should be able to get themselves in this A site, but again, this post plant is going to be critical. They only have a smoke remaining. They're going to have to utilize that quickly, and Dumal gets the information, but now, what is Legacy going to actually be able to do with this?
You're going to have to converge somehow, and Sadzin's on this fast A main flank, and he gets 2. That just completely uproots this situation. An advantageous position for the T's. It makes Minus have to come up with a 1v3 clutch. Flanked from all sides. He just doesn't catch the timing there. Expecting Dumal to be a little bit slower, but he's aggressive as ever. Legacy bounce back to get themselves their first round on the board. And honestly, really well played in terms of how they were constantly active there. Making sure that they're aware of potential lurk plays that Grizz had out in B main, but also having rotations in case something goes wrong through the middle of the map. So that's the kind of sign that you would like to see from a good CT side here on Anubis.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like when we talk about CT sides, like Marsborne, I mean, statistically has always been way better on their T side. We know this is a T-sided map, of course, but I mean, these guys are really going to have to bank on getting as much of a buffer on this as they can because their CT side hasn't always been the greatest, whereas I think Legacy definitely have themselves a lot more of a better defense on this map compared to them. So this will be interesting to see how well Marsborne might be able to utilize this attacking side, but they actually lose that engagement in mid, and Dumal actually does get the better of him with just a little bit of HP to spare in the difference. And Marsborne, again, just kind of posting up. They got the op out once more here for Wolfie. And he's a little bit on the hunt right now, so he's just, again, on the back skirts of mid. A little bit indecisive of what they want to do. They're just really, really waiting things out. They got plenty of time, obviously, but Legacy, I like the fact that they're not just overextending yet. They're still kind of playing the 2-3. And allowing, it looks like Dumal still kind of holding a back position in mid. Marsborne might just try to go for what they did on the pistol round, right? I mean, it was pretty much an easy take into mid. Try to just get themselves across, a little bit of a sandwich attempt. This is going to be important here for Nissim. He has to be able to get this utility to slow these guys down and he can reposition. If he doesn't, this could be really, really problematic. And there you go. The smoke's going to block things off, but oh no, he falls down. And now Grizz able to get the trade out. So you see Marsborne quickly onto this, and they've gotten full control of this site.
That's lovely stuff there. Completely breaking through that utility with sheer numbers. And it definitely helps that Grizz finds that necessary entry. I mean, Legacy, yeah, you've got some fast flanks that have happened in a couple rounds before, but this one's a bridge too far. Great work there. Great call from Wolfie. Very similar to that state of the pistol as well, where they just want to brute force this A bomb site and really force Nissim to stand up and deliver. But so far, hasn't had that key level of impact just yet. He's getting that one and done, not stalling long enough for potential rotations as well. So Marsborne doing a key job at targeting this first letter of the alphabet. Legacy now saving 3 guns. They can repurchase, no problem, but already you can start to see signs of weakness on one half.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. Like I was thinking, like I said, I was giving some praise for Legacy, and I was thinking, look, like their defense has been decent, but right now Marsborne have really been able to take their number a little bit, which is a great thing to see as well. And it's not even like anything like, you know, of a crazy strategy or anything like that. It's really just been finding the right timings, like you said, and getting this mid control has really just caused a little bit of a gap here for Legacy. And I love the fact that they've been able to. I think it was Modem that's been pushing into A main, but now they're kind of just getting this map control so fast. Double nade's going to land. Actually, in solids, it does get caught with it a little bit. Pin's going to hit his shoulder, and now they can decide. I mean, they can just, again, try to burn as much utility on the CT side. They got lots loaded here. And they've actually committed 3 players at this B side. They're just leaving it for solids and Nissim to hold it down. They might even just try to go for the fight, but Nissim actually does win the engagement, so that's a decent pickup. And now it's cost him with 3 HP to spare. And even Grizz gets caught a little bit on the positioning, and his movement just seemed to be the Achilles heel for him. So now Legacy have really put themselves in a good kickstart here for round number 5.
Yeah, they actually have to adapt. They're sending 3 players into that A bomb site, and Marsborne got the adaptation that they were looking for. The conditioning was settled, but they couldn't actually capitalize. A little overzealous there from Grizz, hopping up on the window side of things. And they're going to still commit to this A setup. They're thinking that maybe a rotation would have come through, but they've been stalwart the whole time. Wolfie finds one. Maybe an incision's there, but yeah, that high-low setup is impenetrable as Legacy find themselves 2. But yeah, Marsborne don't necessarily do a lot with that conditioning that they were able to find. And Legacy, that's the kind of level that you see there where if they find the adaptation, they're going to take it and run with it and really put the pressure back on the opponent. Forced by now.
A little bit of... Oh, go ahead, yeah.
For Marsborne, and straight away, Minus finds themselves an entry. Or Minus falls.
Minus gets out, yeah.
Entry death.
Yeah. Entry death, yes. Yeah, Dumal, again, just doing what he does best. And again, player to watch. I mean, I think he his ears were burning a little bit. 7-2, and he's already done a great job. And this is exactly what I wanted to see too, right? I think we both can allude to that, but it was just something where Dumal has had some good games in the season, but it kind of felt like he was a little bit quiet more often than I was liking. So now that we're seeing him really picking up a lot here, this is a good thing. But now it does make me question a little bit of, like, when are we going to see Lux have his pop-off moment? Because, again, you and I have been able to capture a lot of their games so far this season where he has been stellar, right? He's just been a total stud. So I'm just waiting for him to have a little bit more success. He's had some unfortunate timings. And, I mean, right now Lux is creeping closely onto this E-box. Oh, man, but there you go. He's going to be able to be the smoke criminal on his own. Finds a duel. And now I'm on him by himself on a 1-on-4. I'm not a gambling man here, Paladin, but you know, if I'm on him, I'm not liking my odds, and yeah, he's a dead man.
Yeah, a bit hodgepodge there from Marsborne. I see the idea that he see the nade kicking up the smoke there in E-box, thinking that they can find a little bit of an incision in, but as soon as it doesn't work out, I don't think there's necessarily a need to spam there. You're playing a very dangerous game. And that's one where Lux capitalizes. He only gets 1 kill in the round, but that essentially seals the deal. It cuts off that prong of attack on the B-bomb side. Then you've got your side anchor in Lado, who's one of the better anchors from Brazil, and he'll get you that necessary kill and shut it down straight away. Now Sadzin's getting warmed up as well from that E-box position. And Lux is feeling a little frisky as well. Spots out Grizz. Should have himself a little bit of a kill. That Molotov is... I don't necessarily know if you need to throw it like that, but that nade will certainly do.
This is... I'm just actually surprised. Like, he is on the full hunt. And, okay, I was going to say, if he's not even going to be able to win that fight, like, this is just giving up a gun here, but I don't know how he's getting away with these kills. I mean, surely the numbers were there. And Chop, okay. Nice little deagle action. He's got 81 HP, but unfortunately overwhelmed by the left and right. But I don't know, like, kind of a weird round for Legacy. I know it doesn't really matter, but it just felt like, I don't want to say careless. It just seems like a lot of aggression for something that I don't think you needed to do, especially when they knew they should have been on a light purchase. But say Levy, I mean, Legacy, they pick up the round. It costs them 2. I guess no sweat off the brow, I guess.
All good. Still 2 AKs on the board for the CT side. And Sadzin considering himself an opening path here. That's an interesting smoke. Spots out 3 players. That's definitely not what he wants to get involved in. He'll dive back in the camera. Nade in, and I mean, he's still very keen on taking an engagement here. But look at this aggression. There's no way you're expecting Lux to have done this a second round in a row. And Wolfie's not clearing his angles all the way, so there is no awareness that this B main aggression is happening. And that really could cause some concern in the late round. At least it gives an extra bit of information for Dumao to cause an early rotation into this A bomb site. When this site is 3 players strong, they cannot get through Marsborne.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, some good utility. Again, just to slow Marsborne down a little bit. So now they're going to have to reconvene their new game plan. And Modem is in E-box and smoked out a little bit here. So they're waiting. They got 45 seconds still on the clock. Bomb on its own here in B main. So again, nothing to really worry too much about. But there's a lot of emphasis here for E-box control. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not the easiest angle. Modem actually is going to be able to find himself an opening duel. And actually gets away with a second one too. So I don't know, somehow, some way, he's able to just find this double kill that's allowed them to get the key into the site. And this is a tough one for Legacy, because right now, yes, it's a 3-3. They can decide to go for this, and it might even happen because Dumao's coming in hot and heavy here from T-spawn. If he can find this kill against Wolfie, this is just going to give him plenty of time. He's got this for sure. He's got to be. Yes, there it is. And now Modem and Grizz and the post plant. This is where they have to hunt. They have to make a bit of a play here. This is where they got to do something. But they look a little stuck in the mud, waiting things out, and time's already halfway through. Triple kit's available, and Dumao with a big swing, and now just leaving it to Modem. The guy that was able to get the entry can't seem to lock down the site. And there we go. Legacy find themselves a 5th.
I mean, I like the idea there from Marsborne, is where they're kind of seesawing back and forth between the A and B bomb site, hoping that if they do get an E-box entry, they'll pounce on the B bomb site. You have that waiting presence outside with the bomb outside of B main, and as soon as the double entry comes through, it's a simple open and shut case, but you've still got A main extremity players trying to cut off rotations, and I think that's where I think you're overcomplicating the situation. Get back to spawn, get back to the bomb site, and help your teammates out, and instead of trying to play the save. And Legacy punish by death by 1,000 paper cuts, really. Just finding one kill at a time, getting into the right place in the right circumstances, and now you can kind of see the firepower of Legacy rearing its ugly head when you can really do whatever you want. You can win every 1v1 in the book, and that really causes things to become a little bit more difficult. Minus does find an entry, though, and that does open up the door to this A bomb site. All 4 players can get into this bomb site freely, but the retake and this post plant is still going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, it really is, because again, Minus he's got the armor, but again, he's lit. He's down to 39 HP, and then he's got the Tech 9s here to kind of hold his hand, and you got triple players coming in from Beach. They're going to dry things off. Now they're going to try to get themselves through a bit of a tight corridor. Now Modem holding a tight angle. The Molly's going to flush him out, but I don't know how they find these kills. And the Tech 9s will prevail, and Minus didn't even have to do anything at all, and they pick up some guns for reward, and Marsborne, they bounce right back into this Paladin. Damn. It's wild.
Yeah, you could say that again. I mean, sometimes you need those ecos to go your way, and this time around it works out splendidly. I mean, just being able to carve a path through mid again and again, that is something that has just really been working out for them. I think they've just got to find a way to manipulate that side of the map in the mid round with a couple of players instead of just having a late lurk, one singular player going into that play. But instead, they're just going to stick with this A main focus in the default. It's still not necessarily what you'd love to see, but they still want to keep conditioning Legacy. Good flash to set up Chop. They can at least get to the base of main. And yeah, with that utility, they should have that at least confirmed. They're going to exchange utility back and forth now. But I set here on E-box potentially. Wolfie has found a couple of entries here to end B late, so keep an eye out for that as well.
Yeah, I do like this switch up. We've seen a lot Legacy just kind of, again, playing with different compositions and the defense and things like that, right? I mean, triple players at A, they've done triple players at B. They really mix things up to making it a little bit more problematic here for Marsborne. It's still a big guessing game. And now Grizz, I don't know, man. He tries to go in aggressively and now just feeding Sods in here with a triple kill. And he's just single-handedly locked this thing down. Bomb's going to be dropped here as well. This is a tough position right now for Marsborne. Again, Wolfie and Modem, I don't even know if it's worth it because you got 25 seconds. You got to fight for the bomb control. You have one PC utility available. And I think they're just going to admit it. I think they're just going to realize, you know what, again, like we just kind of let that one fumble.
Well, I think Grizz had the bomb there, and once he was spotted on the trade, they knew the jig was up. They knew the A-hit was coming, so you might as well have committed. I think the other issue that he wanted to do as well was he was trying to strafe backwards and basically just try to jump peek the angle and cause Sadzin to shoot early. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the back strafe fast enough, and so it just looks like him diving forward into the op scope. So it looks a little foolish, but I like the idea. He's trying to just be a little bit more proactive there, especially with the timer ticking down. So doesn't work out in that situation. The micro a little bit off and Legacy capitalize again. This time you have Sadzin now warming up on this AWP, becoming a nuisance around the map, finding himself pick on mid, in B, in A now as well. These multi-kills are really causing up a little bit of a ruckus, and Marsborne cannot keep up with that in that sense. You can just see the outclassing in firepower, even though it's still a 6-4 scoreline.
Oh, and I was thinking Bottom, yeah, he's going to get the smoke a little bit popped open, but not the greatest, and Lux again. Man, he gets away with it again. He's done this a couple times, and he's still going aggressive. Look at this, and he's even able to pick up an op. No way. No, not like this, Lux. He's cooking now. He's been quiet, but finally picks up another triple kill and leaving it just down to Grizz, and he's just thinking, like, what in the hell has happened to my teammates? And Legacy have been able to find themselves a 7th round with a big lead.
That's hot from the captain. I mean, he's tied for the highest rating in the last 3 months with his compatriot in Dumal. And now you get to see what kind of swagger this guy can have as an individual. I mean, he was absolutely a stud on the pain books. And now he's coming over here leading this young core and also showcasing that individual skill as well. Beautiful work there. That's about as crazy as it gets for Lux. Aggression back in the mid, and I mean, I like the idea from Minus. They've been getting mid control, but that one a little bit too aggressive, Laz.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I definitely agree with the point that I like that they're going for mid control. I don't love the attempt, though. I mean, Minus was, I felt like he was really stuck. Like, he was, like, kind of dragging his feet to get there. And then he was kind of on his own to play this Mission Impossible task. And now Dumau just kissing. Oh, no, he has no idea. No way. No way. Okay, he's going to be able to find that duel. I was thinking, surely, who's going to be able to find this? But this round's been a little bit awkward here. Marsborne just really trying to scrape the barrel with what they can. But Chop is the last remaining player in a 1-on-5 here in the last round of the first half to do everything in his power to get this 5th round. But Legacy on the brink of finding 8. And they've already done so much damage. And Chop realizing 9 HP in a dream. With the Galil in hands. Blind as a bat, and Lux, who other than him, is going to be able to put the nail to the coffin at 8-4, and we're going to take a little break, and we'll see you after.
Just shake the ground. Oh, this lightness, it will fill the air around. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. How, let the future escape. Back to you.
Okay, well, Legacy have definitely been able to stay true to their name because so far it's looking like they might be able to pave themselves a win, but it's an 8-4 in the first half, and now they're going to be switched over on the T side. And Paladin, I gotta get your thoughts here because Marsborne statistically not the best CT side on this map. Do we think they got it in them? Do we think they got enough dog and a bit more bite left?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just considering off of the nature of how many individual plays you're getting out of these legacy guys. Dumao 17-4, Sads 11-4, Lux even having a hell of a round in that defensive half. And they're just going to keep it simple here, Legacy. They're just going to go bounding out in this B-bomb side. They have a cross smoke as well. Grizz does take one away before the C4 hits the dirt. And that does give an advantageous position. No kit involved, though, and that really puts a spanner in the works here.
Yeah, I don't love that. I really don't love that. Again, Olaf players, again, or most players with, with armor, but they have to rely on these fights, and oh my god, it is just falling apart! Oh, it's just like a Jenga set, and look at that. The only duel is Grizz to be able to find that in the very beginning, nothing afterwards. So Legacy do find an easy pistol round, but man, oh man, that's just so unfortunate for Marsborne. You can see they're ready to go for it, but they just missed every single duel in that encounter.
Yeah, you just need one kill to go your way there to maybe settle the apple or kind of rustle the apple cart there, really, and it never comes through. And now you're staring down the barrel of a 6-round deficit. I mean, it just gets really dicey at this point. You're going to take a full save and take that 6-round deficit. Wow, that's a crazy boost to be looking for. Okay. I don't think people are doing that, but I respect it. I really respect the diligence there.
Yeah, you got to be creative. I like it. This is good. Showing some innovation. Why not? I just hope it works now. I just want it to work.
Yeah, you just want to see the boost at this point,
I just
right?
want to see the boost work out, yeah.
Can we do a triple boost? Can we do it? Can we make this happen? No. All three players just sitting in temple. This is horrible.
Oh no. This is the worst case scenario now. Legacy are just gonna have the smoke, and they can just walk on in, man. They can just kick their feet back a little bit. Oh, you can see Grizz. He might even just swing on this at the right. Oh, I can't believe he didn't see it. No way, Dumao. I thought he would have been able to find it. Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
This might work. This could actually work. And they find 2 kills. That's gonna be 2 guns. Uh-oh. Legacy are not backpedaling.
They're trying to scamper. They're really trying to scamper back to the B bomb side. Nissim catches one, but 2 guns still involved here, and a player already close long. Are they aware of how close Grizz is at this point? They're going to tap it just to make sure, and that does kind of put the alarm bells to rest for just a second. Now they pounce, though, and Wolfie finds himself a dink. The bomb planter is down for the count, but Lotto and Nissim get the job done. Crisis averted.
Man, that's a really good round, though. I mean, again, like we were talking about Marsborne just literally putting barely an investment. I don't even think they spent anything on that round, and the fact they were able to find 3 kills, and I mean the plant went down, so money's good there for Legacy, but that was costly. I mean that's a decent round for these guys considering there was not really much on the table, but now they're locked and loaded, ready to go. 1 A4 only, which is always, I find that so interesting because I feel like a lot of teams like using the A4 now, but we'll see. Lots of utility available here for Marsborne. And I feel like, I don't know, in this kind of a position, Paladin, like they're down by 6 like you were kind of predicting. Like this is a tough moment. Like do they want to try to go for an early duel? Do they want to try to find something and win that engagement? Or do they just want to play more passive? And right now, Modem's kind of like entertaining the idea, but Minus does get himself the IGL kill. So he's been able to find the bounty on this one. And finally, they do get themselves a man advantage.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to take this one to the house because these have really come few and far between. Smoke up for Modem to hold on to this E-box control. Rocking it back and forth, our Legacy. And especially considering losing Lux in this circumstance, it does just slow down whatever approach they want to go with. They're considering this A split with just how much mid control that they do have, but they don't realize that Marsborne have given it up. They don't want to fight for it at all. They've got 3 players basically dedicated to that B bomb site. Essentially Minus as a fast rotation. And now Marsborne are getting up to even more antics, clearing out A main. I mean, they understand what's coming. They understand that this light B play is on the cards. But Nissim is very keen, aware of this possibility, but he turns away. He turns away just at the last moment. And now the onus is on these A main players to clear him out. Are they going to clear out this close angle? Yes, they are. Chop hits the dirt, and now this B bomb site should be held down.
Yeah, it should be. This is looking a lot better right now for Marsborne. They just got to make sure they can keep this number advantage in their favor. Legacy, yeah, they're just like, you know what? No time at all. We'll just keep these guns. Let's just hang out and give up the round. And this is a good one for Marsborne. Winning those 2 fights was huge. And like you said, the fact of, the player in Canal just kind of turning his back at the worst moment in the world. I mean, just unfortunate for Nissim. But again, Marsborne definitely going to be praising a lot for that round. Keeping all 5 alive is huge as well, just in terms of the money. They don't have to stress too much about it. I'll help a little bit as we progress, but down by 5 now, Paladin, and again, kind of back to that original thing I was making that statement of do we see them maybe try to go for an engagement early on again? This is where we saw it was Minus that was able to find the opening duel quickly. Do we see it again? That's the most important piece for me.
Yeah, we'll take a look as this round develops, but we need a little bit more. Need a lot more. Yeah, honestly, in this situation, Lux jump spotting in through T-steps, the deep smoke, and he doesn't want anything to do with it. Really just jostling for control now, or Legacy. A little bit more aggressive from Nissim, but the B extremity player is down, and that really causes some concern there for Nissim. He'll back away, and all of a sudden, this T-sided round just slows to a crawl. Especially considering you just have no idea if B main's being cleared out in this kind of mid-round situation. You don't know what they're going to do on E-Box, and as soon as the smoke fades, maybe, just maybe, they're going to go for a duel here. 2 players to greet the T side. But nobody shows. Nobody shows face.
Oh, and Grizz. Oh, no. Oh, Modem has to be able to find this double. This would be huge. But again, his HP has just been costly. Even though he wins the fight, he's down to 5 HP. Chop should be able to have a free kill. No, Chop, you gotta look right. Look right. Look beside you. Oh, God, he's going to be able to have a free kill. He's going to be able to find a double kill, and he will. I was thinking, my God, he gave that up. But the trigger discipline prevails, and there we go. I was thinking, man, he might have let that one go a little bit too quickly. I didn't realize that the other player, I think that was Sods, and that was just going to run through the smoke. But counting his lucky stars and Legacy drop a secondary round in a row. So Marsborne, slowly and surely now, are putting themselves back into closer contention round by round here.
I don't even think, the craziest part is I don't even think it was intentional trigger discipline. I think he's hearing a player run down through canals and it'll eventually pop up in A main. He just wants to secure that kill. And he just so happens to turn around and find a second player like, oh, sure, I got 2 backs turned instead of 1. I'll take it every day of the week. And that makes a lot easier of things there for Chop. And Duma will save this, and we know the potency of this player and what he can do when he has an AK in his hands. But it's got to be just him in this hero AK kind of situation. And when you're in this kind of scenario, a lot of times you just want to play for the trade. You want to let him trade as many kills as possible. You have a player jump around a corner. He trades. You die for this player to find an extra kill. And hopefully you can get some guns along the way.
Yeah, and the fact that Legacy are just kind of committing to this all together. They're not messing around anymore. They don't want to lurk things out. They don't want to take it slow. They just want to be a little bit more decisive. They want to just get themselves right into the site. But Duma gets the opener, but it's short-lived. So now him, the player of the watch, has been dropped quickly. A 22-6, by the way. Like, just dropping monstrous performances right now. The only other player with double digits is Sodson. Oh my God, a knife from Sodson too. Oh, that's so cheeky. And now Chop, he's just getting away with murder.
What?
Oh my God, he finds a double kill in the smoke. This is just mayhem. And now Lux has to be able to find this duel. And he's all by himself, and he's going to go to the grave. And Marsborne, once again, man, they pull something, a rabbit out of the hat. And they've been able to find 3 in a row.
Yeah, you can have entries on that A-bomb site, but Chop is just holding it down in the post. Just ludicrous kills there with the USP. I don't know, first of all, how he gets back into default and nobody hears the jump. I mean, it's a loud, loud jump at that point. And then the swing around and just the blind fire into the smoke. Beautiful work there. And, again, spoke about the kind of underperformances from this guy as an extremity player, as a supportive element. And this time he's leading the way. He's showcasing the possibility of a comeback. And now he's going to play a little bit more aggressive. He's going to flash for himself, duel straight in. But he doesn't like what he sees. He'll just take that information, he'll toss in a nade, and he'll back away.
Yeah, some good damage, though. A little bit of utility work here from both ends. And even Modem's matching the same HP here for Dumal. Good mullet here to block off an E-box, and they're going to fight for this control once again. The flash comes in, and Lux does get himself the one piece, but it's not a bad pickup at all. It's going to favor the T's any day of the week, but oh man, Grizz is even going to put himself in a little bit more of an adventure and a little bit more of an aggressive stance. Smoke going to block off his vision. But Legacy, you can see they're actually going to reconvene. They're going to go all the way through T-spawn, grouped up towards B now. And they might just try to go through the pop and B main now. Utility's getting a little bit more lackluster. Sodzen's sitting full, but everybody else with just a flash each. Nissim just trying to, distract them a little longer. But Grizz is in such a strong position right now because, again, he has the rotates cut off. He might be able to get the timing of this kill. And yes, he does with a one-tap nonetheless. Leaving it to Sodzen. And Lotto now to be able to do something big here for the post-plant. Sodzen on a hunt, looking for the blood. Grizz is just waiting for him. The bear trap is ready to go. Will he be able to find this, though? And Sodzen, oh my goodness, the tiniest little micro peaks. And he's able to just win that. So now leaving it here for Minus to go for the swing. Just walks right into the scope, and this thing might be all over and chop. It's just going to get caught in the kneecap, and Legacy once again come up with a clutch.
I mean, he knows, Sodzen, how aggressive Grizz can be, especially after that tap comes through. There's no way he's going for the long flank. So just systematically cutting down every off angle as Sodzen picks up his gun of choice as well with the AWP. That obviously just cannot be calmed over. That first player that goes down, completely unaware that's a possibility. And then the wide swing comes through, but Sodzen hits the flick, and that's the guy that you like, the Mr. Reliable, the guy that will hit the easy op shots to claim rounds. It's hard in this economy, I feel like. I don't feel like I see that all too often, but Sodzen's the guy that's going to get the job done for you and help bolster players like Dumal to have some Herculean performances like this today. 22-7 over 19 rounds. That's what you love to see.
Yeah, it's big numbers right now. And Sodzen's, like you said, Mr. Reliable indeed, because he's starting to pick up a little bit of the Dumal slack, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But 16-7 here for him. Legacy, though, getting closer and closer here to finalizing this first best of one in their hands. But Marsborne, a lot riding on this one because, again, you got the MP9 here for Minus. Utility's going to be a little bit more limited on this purchase. 2 smokes available. Sodzen's going to be able to find the 1. So the MP9 going to be removed from this equation. Sodzen finds another one, man. A double kill for him. Just putting this all up into full activation now. They're going to use this mid control that we've seen so much of. And they might just try to get themselves barreled into this A site, but they have to be prepared for this Grizz player that's just here on the top ground, and he has to be able to pop off, and it's just almost making the connection for the double. Comes a little bit short now. There's a big flank here from Lux. And this is the thing for Legacy. They only have 18 seconds. They have to get moving. They cannot wait any longer, and the bomb's going to get dropped. This is awkward. Chops right in front of him, and Modem gets the no-scope, and now with 1 player remaining, Modem has to be able to stay alive just so that they can win it with the timer, and he might have been able to do this. And Modem, you just got to burn 2 more seconds. What is going on?
They won it.
How does that happen? But Marsborne do get it.
Oh, man. Modem dropping through the heavens. You're thinking he's going to get it plucked out of the sky, but Lux can't convert the kill, and instead he's got $300 in his bank account, and no round. Oh, by the skin of their teeth. What a heroic play there from Grizz as well, just charging for that preemptive rotation, gets a kill, gets the incendiary off as well to kind of cut up the 1v1s. Oh, that's just absolutely massive. It completely changes the narrative of this game altogether. Weaker purchase for Legacy, an opportunity for these CTs to claw back in, and look at this aggression from E-Box. 2 kills between Chris and Bottom, make it 3. Dumao will come bounding back in to save the day, but the damage is already done. Maybe Dumao can claw back a little bit more, and Lotto chases it down. Back into a 2v2 we go.
Man, I really like this idea from Marsborne, though. I mean, I love that they were starting to pick things up a little bit, you know, a little bit more spice into this round, and they just started to get really, really aggressive. And they were able to win a lot of open. Yeah, this is a lot of duels, and this is big because even right now, oh, Modem, he's got himself creeping up. But again, this timing's going to be everything because Dumal's just right behind him. Oh my God! Oh, Modem gets away with a kill too. So now it's down to the 1v1. Wolfie with an MP9, no kit, no utility. He's just got the MP9 of death. Dumal, locked and loaded here with a Galil. He's been putting himself up with some big numbers. Wolfie looking to find himself the savior here from Marsborne. Walking through E-Box. Dumal going to be posted up in Temple. A quick prayer to be able to find themselves here a map point for the best of one. And Wolfie needs to be able to just eliminate all options. He's running. He's just frantically looking. He's trying to see what he can be able to do. He doesn't clear the corner, and Dumal plays this perfectly. And now Dumal just playing with his food. And Wolfie is back turned, and there we go. Legacy on the brink of finishing this best of one.
I mean, I really thought that that little bit of a timing to bring it down to the 1v1 would have been everything there for Modem, but he does everything in his power. He gets the 1 kill. He leaves it to a 1v1 for his captain, but unfortunately, no kit, not the optimal weapon for the job either. He's got to alert Dumal as to where he is, and Dumal just plays it splendidly, man. Playing that power position of Temple, cutting down all options to potentially punish a rotation if it comes from mid, or if it is a E-Box play, he's got a advantageous position. It's just the tuck in, the trigger discipline to make sure he doesn't overcomplicate that 1v1, potentially give a sound cue away. I mean, that's just textbook play there from the star of Legacy, and what a round from him to muscle them back into contention, rewrite all of the stories, say that the comeback was definitely just a scare tactic. It wasn't actually going to happen. And now they've got a good buy to do it against as well. MP9, the best weapon for the job.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of tension now. I mean, this is 4 rounds needed for Marsborne to be pushing this thing to overtime, and you can just tell there's a lot of patience on this one. 3 players here at the B site for the defensive Marsborne. Even the hesitation minus has already been tagged so low, so he's going to have to play really, really passive. The Legacy, they're just going to go for this. Oh, Lux, I was thinking maybe the timing Modem would be able to find him, but Lux, once again, opening up the sights. He's an IGL, but apparently he's an entry as well, leaving it for minus, just the last player in this site. With 2 HP, with a 5-7 in hand, he has to have the best timing in the world, and oh my God, he just gets removed! And now Chop, what in the hell are you going to do for this? A 1-on-5 in Paladin. I think that's all she wrote.
Oh yeah, Legacy go into the 4 stack, and they pummel Marsborne to the dirt. They give him a little bit of an inch to stand up and maybe throw a couple of punches back, but it's a knockout here from Legacy, and they completely batter this T side on Anubis and showcase why they are a class above Marsborne